Hello, once again, this is Antonio, and I'm coming at you with another exciting video. Now, in this case, before the child was born, the father, who was in the Air Force, relinquished his rights. He basically abandoned the mother and the child, but now he's going to find out the hard way that that didn't stop anything because once you participated in the act of bringing a child in this world, you are indeed ordered to help pay for that child. Now, dad is ordered to pay $1,100 a month for a child that he never wanted. Nevertheless, it's still your child, bud. So let's dive into this video and see how the circumstances turn out. Fair use, fair use.
That the alleged father in this case, Mr. Johan Merrickwen, is in fact the biological and now the legal father of Miss Madeline Martinez.
Okay, and when did Mr. Merrickman last see Madeline?
Never.
Okay, so, and what do you want her last name to be?
I would like for it to be my name.
Okay, your current rank?
I'm an E2 airman.
Okay. And how long have you been in the Air Force?
About since September of last year.
Okay.
So I'm just going to ask you flat out, Ms. Gonzalez, why do you think that Madeline's name should stay the same?
Because it's only been me. I don't agree with that. I don't think it should be like his last name at all.
Okay.
We were together for like 5 months. He disowned her before she was born, so he didn't want to be involved.
Whoa. I didn't hear any of that, Ms. Gonzalez. You didn't say anything about him saying that he didn't want to be involved, he didn't want to be a parent.
I have screenshots.
Can you tell me what is the name of the child we're here for today?
Madeline Monique Gonzalez Martinez.
Okay, and when was Madeline born?
September 13, 2022.
Okay, and how old is Madeline?
She's 7 months. She'll be 8 months this month.
Okay, and do you and Madeline both live together in Orange County?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Who is Madeline's father?
That'll be Johan Marpin.
Okay. At this time, the state would move to admit the genetic test results for Madeline as State's Exhibit A.
Gonzalez, I've just placed on the screen a copy of the alleged genetic test results showing the results between you, the child, and Mr. Merrickwen. Is it okay if I look at these DNA test results?
Go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Merrickwen, the same question. Is it okay if I look at these DNA test results?
Yeah, that's fine.
State's Exhibit A is admitted into evidence. Based on the admission into evidence of State's Exhibit A, the court's going to find that DNA testing was completed in this case. And after those tests have now been admitted into evidence, I'm going to find that the alleged father in this case, Mr. Johan Merrickwen, is in fact the biological and now the legal father of Miss Madeline Martinez.
Hey, what do you want Madeline's last name to be?
Excuse me?
What do you want Madeline's last name to be?
Well, my last name, of course.
Gonzalez? Okay. When did you tell Mr. Merrickwen he could be Madeline's father?
I told him since I found out I was pregnant.
Okay.
So around 6 weeks.
That's
Hold
okay.
on, Mr. Merrickwen. Hold on. You'll get your chance.
I got it.
Has Mr. Merrickwen provided any financial support for Madeline since she was born?
No.
Okay. Are you asking the court for any back child support today?
Yes.
Okay. And who does your daughter live with?
Me.
And how long has she lived with you?
And she was born since I was pregnant.
Okay. Who makes the important decisions for your daughter?
Me.
And who makes the day-to-day decisions?
Me.
Okay. And when did Mr. Merrickwen last see Madeline?
Never.
Okay. So at this time, Mr. Merrickwen has no relationship with Madeline?
Correct.
Okay. And what safety concerns do you have if Mr. Merrickwen were to visit with your daughter?
None.
No? Okay. And how is Madeline covered on health insurance presently?
I have health insurance with my job, and she has United Healthcare.
And she has what?
United Healthcare. That's the plan under.
I'll go ahead and pass this witness.
Call your next witness.
I'll call Mr. Merrickman. Mr. Merrickman, would you state your full name for the court, please?
Johan Asel Marroquin.
Okay, and you're Madeline's father.
Yes.
And what do you want her last name to be?
I would like for it to be my name.
Okay. And when did Miss Gonzalez tell you that you could be her father?
I didn't get fully notified until I was out of technical training school.
And when was that?
So that's about, I would say, 3 months ago.
Okay. Have you ever provided any financial support for Madeline?
No.
Okay. And where does who does Madeline live with?
With her mother.
And who makes the major life decisions for Madeline?
Her mother.
And who makes the day-to-day decisions?
Her mother.
Okay. And have you ever seen Madeline?
No.
Okay. And where are you currently living at?
I am in Alaska,
Okay.
Anchorage.
And are you currently employed?
Active duty, yes.
Okay. And do you are you you're in the Air Force, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you been in the Air Force?
About since September of last year.
Okay.
So
Okay. And what is your current rank?
I'm an E2 airman.
Okay. And what is your monthly pay?
It is, as of right now, 1,100.
1,100. Okay.
Oh, monthly it's about $2,000.
Okay. Okay. And do you have health insurance available through your employment?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And is there any cost for that employment or insurance?
No.
Okay. And do you also have dental insurance available?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any other biological children under the age of 18?
No.
Okay. I'll go ahead and pass this witness.
Call your next witness.
No further witnesses.
Harry Swallow, please unmute.
Yes, sir.
Terry Swallow, can you mention 2,200 a month? Tell me what the net pay is. I don't have access to calculators in Orange County, Ms. Simone.
Oh, that's
For
fine.
some reason, it won't let me access the internet calculators that we use.
Huh.
Strange.
It is weird.
It's blocked me twice.
It's 1924.54.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Merrickman, did you say that you had no other children besides this child?
Positive, yeah.
Okay. And you said that you wanted the child to carry your last name.
Yes.
So last names are tough, y'all, because there's no law in regards to what I should or shouldn't do. So I'm just going to ask you flat out. Ms. Gonzalez, why do you think that Madeline's name should stay the same?
Because it's only been me.
Okay. But I mean, Mr. Merrickman's in the military, yeah?
Well, I left when I was like, when we broke up when I was like 4 months pregnant. So, and I had no contact with him. We didn't speak. So, you know.
Right. No, but I mean, it would be, wouldn't you agree with me that it might be difficult for Mr. Merrickman to have a relationship with a 7-month-old baby if he's stationed in Alaska?
Right. Well, what,
Assume with me for 1 second, Ms. Gonzalez, that you and Mr. Merrickman were great friends, even though you're not together as a couple anymore. Would you say that because of the age of the child and the fact that Mr. Merrickman is stationed in Alaska, he would have a difficult time establishing a relationship with this child?
that's correct. He would have a difficult relationship with her.
Yeah, I mean, he might be able to FaceTime with her, he might be able to talk to her on the phone, but she's 7 months old. What kind of response is he gonna get from her?
You know, right now we kind of are in talking terms for my daughter.
Right.
So I try my best, you know, sending him pictures of her and doing my part as a mom.
Sure. Ms. Gonzalez, this is not an indictment of you. I don't need you to, don't get defensive on me, okay? I'm just want you to look at it, and it's difficult when you're in the middle of the situation. But if you step back reality-wise and look at it and go, the child is 7 months old, Mr. Merrickman is active duty military in a state a long, long away from here. It's going to be difficult for him to carry on an active relationship with her until he gets more established in the military. He's only been there for 6 or 7 months. And she gets older, can actually carry on a conversation. Mr. Merrickman, where are you from?
I'm originally from Harlingen, Texas.
Okay. Is that where you and Miss Gonzalez met, was in Harlingen?
Yes.
All right. Miss Gonzalez, how did you get to be in Orange County?
My parents moved here for the projects here. It's like
Okay.
8,
And
9
when did y'all move here?
when I was 10.
Oh, okay. So you've been in Orange County since you were 10 years old?
I've been in Orange County since I was 10 years old.
Okay. Did you and Mr. Merrickman's relationship take place in Orange County or in Harlingen?
I moved over there for college and
Okay. See, I'm learning. I'm just learning facts. That's all I'm doing. Okay. So she's in Orange County now, Mr. Merrickman. How, if I give you visitation rights with this child, how are you going to exercise them?
I was actually gonna ask about having like someone represent, like having my sister or my mother, like because they can come up here more freely than the mother can because the mother works.
Right.
So I was gonna ask if like there's any like type of way that there could be like I could have a representative in order to bring Madeline up here.
You mean to Alaska?
Yes.
No, that's not happening.
No.
No. But
So
you're
then I would have.
yeah, I mean, not at her age, Mr. Merrickman.
Okay.
That can't happen until after. I mean, even if I was to grant it, you wouldn't get that right until after she's 30. So
Okay.
we're
So
talking.
I would have to head over there.
Okay. Well, I mean, you have family still in Harlingen?
Yes.
Do you have any family close to Orange?
No.
Okay. Yeah, this is going to be difficult because of the distance. The last time I checked, Harlingen is still a pretty good trip from Orange County. Well, I mean, it's the nature of what y'all have. So we're going to have to make do the best way we can. Do you know any of his family, Miss Gonzalez?
Oh, I'm not close to any of them.
I don't think that's the question I asked.
Do I know them? Yes, I do.
Would you feel comfortable with Madeline being with any of them without you being around?
No.
Okay. Well, you're probably going to have to get comfortable with it at some point in time in the very near future.
I know, but with me present.
At the start, but it ain't going to be that forever.
Right.
I mean, you understand, I'm not going to do supervised visitation until she's 18. Right?
Oh, right now she's a baby, you know.
I'm on your side in regards to that issue, Ms. Gonzalez, I promise, okay? But sometimes I got to make sure that everybody has their feet in reality and understands that there's very few instances that I can think of where I would restrict the father's access to his child for an indefinite period of time. But it's going to be difficult for you, Mr. Merriquin. It's going to be difficult because you're in the military, and even when you're not in the military, when you're at home, it's a pretty good distance from where you live to where Ms. Gonzalez is.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm willing to make the visit once I go back home.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have to do it when you'll have to try to make arrangements on your leave. You
Yeah,
know,
of
so,
course.
when you get home that you get to spend as much time with her as you can.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I say something about leave?
Sure.
So the first couple months I was in training. I was like in training status, so I'm not able to take leave.
Right. Right.
And as of right now, I'm in like career development courses that I have to attend.
Right.
So that's another like month
Right.
that I'm not able to take the leave. So time-wise, I think the best time I would be able to is like holidays.
Right. I mean,
And
that's going to be, it's going to be holidays and on the extended leaves that you get, we're able to come home.
Okay.
I mean, if you might get leave for a weekend, but that doesn't mean you can get back to Harlingen.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's just the nature of it. But look, guys, even if y'all got along great, even if y'all were two great parents who've been involved in this child's life from the day she was born, the distance is going to be the problem. Anything further from the state?
No, sir.
Ms. Gonzalez, is there anything else that you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
No.
Mr. Merriquin, is there anything else that you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
I just have like certain questions about back pay, but other than that, no.
About back pay?
Yes.
What's your question about back pay?
So how would that work, considering that I didn't have any knowledge while I was in training?
So Ms. Gonzalez didn't tell you when she was 6 weeks pregnant that she was 6 weeks pregnant with your child?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So you had some knowledge that there was a child out there that was possibly your child?
Yes.
Wow. What steps did you take, Mr. Merriquin, to establish that you were or were not the father of this child?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
What steps did you take to prove or disprove whether or not you were Madeline's father?
Once I got the child support notice in tech, I offered to arrange a paternity test that I did back in Texas.
Okay. So I see that the lawsuit in this case was actually filed. Oh, it doesn't say on her. When did you file the lawsuit?
I filed it when
No, you didn't file it, Ms. Gonzalez. Ms. Simone did. The AG's office is not your attorney now.
It was October 13th of 2022.
All right. When did you serve the father with the lawsuit?
January 4th.
Okay. So that's pretty fast, Mr. Merriquin. I mean, they actually filed it the month after the child was born, and they served you with it before the end of the year, or right at the start of the year. So,
But I didn't have access to none of the letters that were sent.
right. So, and you've been in the military basically since the date of birth the child was born.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything else, Mr. Merriquin, that you think I need to know?
No, sir.
Okay. The court's going to find the court has jurisdiction. I've already found that Mr. Merriquin is the biological legal father of the child. And therefore now I'm going to name that I certainly feel that it's in Madeline's best interest to name the parties as joint managed servitors with Ms. Gonzalez as the parent with the right to establish the primary residence of Madeline. I'm going to order that Mr. American will have access to the child at any and all times mutually agreeable to the parties. If no mutual agreement, then he's going to have a phased in visitation schedule with 10 visits at each phase. That'll be 10 supervised visits for 4 hours, followed by 10 unsupervised visits for 4 hours, followed by 10 unsupervised visits for 8 hours, followed by 10 unsupervised visits with 1 night overnight. Once that last set of phased in visits are completed, then Mr. American will have standard possession. Obviously, Mr. American has the right to designate any person he wishes with a driver's license and insurance with the ability to go pick up and return the child. That is his absolute right. But obviously, he won't be able to do that for the first few phases of this visitation schedule because he has to be present for the supervision. The other 4-hour visits, he'll have to be present as well. So, I mean, it's going to be difficult. I understand that. It's the nature of distance. Whether or not they're both great parents or not is irrelevant at this point in time. It's just the fact that there's such a large distance between the parties is going to make contact difficult. I'm going to order Mr. Merrickman to maintain the health insurance on the child through the military. That'll be through TRICARE. He's going to pay child support based on his income that he testified to. Child support in this case is going to be $385 a month, beginning May the 1st of 2023 and every month thereafter until the emancipation of the child. Retroactive child support is going to be granted, but only for a few months, $1,540 of retroactive child support. Ms. Simone, that'll be paid back at a rate of $20 a month, also beginning May 1st. I am going to change the last name of the child. Madeline's last name from this point forward will be Gonzalez Merrickman.
Thank you.
Court costs in this case will be due by November 30th, 2023 by Mr. Merrickman. Ms. Simone, does that answer all of the questions and issues presented to me by the state of Texas?
Yes, sir, it does.
All right. Ms. Gonzalez, Mr. Merrickman, what's going to happen now is the state's going to send me a proposed order. If what they sent me matches what I said here today, I'm going to sign it and get it back to them. Then they're going to mail a copy of it to each of you. Okay?
Got it.
Ms. Gonzalez, do you have any questions?
Yeah, about the last name. I don't agree with that. I don't think it should be like his last name at all.
Okay.
We were together for like 5 months. He disowned her before she was born, so he didn't want to be involved.
Whoa. I didn't hear any of that, Ms. Gonzalez. You didn't say anything about him saying that he didn't want to be involved, that he didn't want to be a parent.
I have screenshots of our
Why didn't you
conversation.
tell me that when I asked you if there was anything else else about this case that I needed to know before I made a ruling?
I didn't think you could change her last name. But
I mean, why wouldn't you think that I would change her last name? You both disagree of what the last name ought to be, and I have to make a ruling based on the evidence that I hear.
I put her that name when she was born, and it was on paper. I didn't think it was possible. I'm not knowledgeable with the court system of, but
How did Mr. Merrickman disown the child? Tell me how that happened. What did he do to disown the child?
he would tell me it's not his. He would, when I was pregnant, he told me to get an abortion. That he regret.
Hold on 1 second. Mr. Merrickman, did you ever advise Ms. Gonzalez to get an abortion?
No.
Under oath, Mr. Merrickman, you're telling me under oath, you did not tell Ms. Gonzalez to get an abortion or ask her to get an abortion.
So the situation went.
I'm not changing the last name of the child, Ms. Simone.
Okay, it will remain the same?
Yes, sir. Mr. Merrickman, that's what happens when you make decisions. And I apologize, Ms. Gonzalez. I did in the hearing ask both you and Mr. Merrickman if there was anything further that you needed to do. This is the issues that you get into, Ms. Gonzalez, when you come into a courtroom without an attorney. Okay? All right. That's the decision of the court. I'm not changing the last name. Everything else will stay the same.
Can I say something?
You can, Mr. Merrickman.
So there's a whole situation
I'm sure
with
there is,
court.
Mr. Merrickman. But you know what the good thing about my situation is that I'm dealing with a child here that's 7 months old, and she didn't have anything to do with being here under the situation that either you or Ms. Gonzalez put her in. And decisions have consequences. So your decisions are having consequences today, and the consequence is that I'm not changing the last name of the child. All right.
Okay, so dad put his foot in his mouth. He did not change that last name because he told mom to get the A word. You know, with YouTube, certain words you shouldn't repeat. But nonetheless, let's put it in the comments. Please like, comment, subscribe as we'll be coming to you more videos in the future. And once again, we will see you in the next